It's called What Scientists Just Found Out About iiAtlas and What It Really Is. Okay? It's by Exoscience. Thank you for sending me the video. So we're going to break it down because all of these signs are for us. You know, a brother was talking to me about like a lot of things we concentrate on. You should look at like what does it have to do with me? iiAtlas has nothing to do with Gentiles. Let me just put that out there first and foremost. iiAtlas has nothing to do with you Gentiles. Well, nothing good anyways. Okay? It has everything to do with us. There was another object that they found in 2017. It was another like asteroid like this. Well, not an asteroid. It was another, you know, object in the sky that wasn't behaving like a comet, and it passed by us in October of 2020. It got closest to us in October 2020. So there's something about October. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm sure it's because it's our first month of our religious new year. But see, the other nations aren't going to pick all this up. Because, see, they refuse to talk about slavery, and they refuse to talk about what they've done to us. So, therefore, iiAtlas is pretty much showing you that your reign is over with, and we're moving from being fishers to hunters. That is what iiAtlas is talking about. Just like 3i is 12 tribes. Atlas, again, so long-suffering, long-enduring, that would be us, again. Atlas is someone who is carrying the whole world on their back. That was what the God Atlas does. All of those things are talking about us. None of those things are these scientists talking about. Just the name alone is telling you that it's not talking about them. It's talking about us. So you're not going to get any of this information from churches, pastors, priests, scientists. I don't even hear the Hebrew Israelites even talking about it, breaking it down. None of that. You see what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into it. Check out where it comes from. Which constellation it comes from.
Right now, it's racing through our solar system at an incredible speed of about 61 kilometers per second relative to the sun.
61.7.
Making it the fastest moving object in our neighborhood.
Spiritual completeness.
At the moment, it's about 2.56 astronomical units from the sun, which means it's already well inside Jupiter's orbit. The object is on its way to perihelion, the closest point to the sun, which it will reach in late October 2025. Surprisingly, scientists discovered that this new interstellar...
And they wanted to say it was around Halloween, which again, Halloween is actually a very important time for us because it is the time where the veil between our existence and the spiritual existence is at its thinnest. That is the time that you can best communicate with the spirit realm. And then this is supposed to be here around that time. None of this stuff is on accident. The Day of the Dead, the switch, the time for our ancestors, time for those connections. They always make things about something totally different. Okay? But that actually they got that time from us, from when we were the Druids, when we used to do those things. We were the ones, they steal all the information and they act like, they repackage it and act like anybody that did it before was a pagan, was a devil worshiper, but they do exactly the same things.
Object came from the Sagittarius constellation.
Right there.
The very same patch of sky. Surprisingly, scientists discovered that this new interstellar object came from the Sagittarius constellation. The very same patch of sky where mysterious radio signals have been detected before. One of the most famous of these is the WOW signal, a strong and unexplained radio burst first picked up in 1977. The interesting fact is that 3iAtlas is arriving from that same direction.
So they got the sound coming from 1977. 1977. 48 years ago. 12. The original sound, that wow sound they got from that at this particular area, 48 years ago. 4 plus 8, 12. 1 plus 2, 3. Again, I did a video on that already. 12 tribes, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, coming from Sagittarius. Again, Sagittarius represents the what? Hunters. Sagittarius represents the hunters, or the age of the hunters. So you got a 12 tribes. You got 48 years as the first thing came up. 12 right there again. 3i, 12, Sagittarius, hunters, age of the hunters. But you don't think this has anything to do with the Israelites? You think this has something to do with Gentiles? So all they're going to say is what? Oh, it's not a comet. Oh, it doesn't have a tail. Oh, that's all we know about it right now. Yeah, okay. It's all about us. You're going to say, oh, that's just a coincidence. Okay. All right, buddy, if that's what you want to believe. Okay. And there's more. You know, there's more. Hold on real fast. Sagittarius, the hunter. Sagittarius, I'm going to get the definition right here. I put Sagittarius, the hunter. Sagittarius, also known as the archer, represents the ninth. The ninth, what? Oh my God. The ninth sign of the zodiac. What does 9 mean? Destruction. Hunters coming for that ass. Again, you think all of this is just, I don't know, a coincidence? You think all this can just be a coincidence? Coming from the ninth, right? The ninth constellation, finding the zodiac, the hunters. That's where this wow thing came from, 1977. Again, 48 years ago. None of these things, but see, it takes a special person that has a connection with the Most High and the Holy Spirit to be able to start to put all this stuff together. That's why the other nations can't do it, because they've all been confederate to not admit who we are. They've all said to not restore. We don't believe in, we're not going to restore you. No problem. No problem. You don't got to restore me. It's not your job to. But when the Most High, starts to get up on you and starts to destroy you, just know he'll be laughing at your calamity, because he's given you all of this time to make changes. So let me continue, because there's a whole, well, let me read a little more. Symbolizing the hunter's quest for knowledge. So this is hold on, let me read from the beginning. Sagittarius, also known as the archer, represents the ninth sign of the zodiac, symbolizing the hunter's quest for knowledge, okay? And universal truth. That would be us, looking for knowledge and universal truth through adventure and exploration. That would be us. It is often depicted as a centaur, a half horse, a half human creature with a bow and arrow aimed at the heart of the scorpion. The constellation of Sagittarius is characterized by an asterism that forms a teapot shaped in astrology. The sign is associated with traits like optimism. Yes, we are very optimistic. Honesty. Yes, we are bringing out this truth. We are being honest. Independence. We are definitely independent from all other nations, because they've all said to not restore, right? And a thirst for learning. Study to show thyself approved. Study to show thyself approved. We have a thirst for learning. You see that? A thirst for learning that the other nations don't have.